Hi, I'm Aisha Adams with the Asheville View, and today I have with me multi-passionate entrepreneur, beloved community member, and friend, Joe Greene.
Hey.
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 I'm so happy to see you. You've been through so much, and there's so much to talk about.
Yeah.
Let's just start with telling the community your latest venture.
I've learned that I had stage 3 colon cancer. So I want to spread the awareness about colonoscopy tests. That's how important it is, especially for black men right now.
Wow, like stage 3 cancer. I remember you sharing your journey, like the start of this journey on Facebook. Can you kind of just tell the community where you are in this journey?
Okay, yeah. I'm in chemo right now, so I'm going on I had 12 treatments. I'm 8 down. This coming up week, I will be going to my 9th treatment, so I'll be 3 after that. Not complaining about it, but definitely ready to complete the mission. And I'm definitely ready to ring the bell. Yes, I am.
Yeah, I'm ready to see you ring the bell.
Yeah,
so for people in our community, just tell them, like, what is that journey like? What changes have you had to make? What has the adjustment been while you've sort of been going through your treatments?
The treatment's like I had my side effects on different things, but like I don't know. I learned that like I can't really complain about my side effects too much because I seen how it really affected other people out here. You know what I'm saying? So like I done seen like some people go through some real hardship of this treatment world, and I was thankful that like I have faced it the way I faced it and been coming out. Not coming out, but I ain't finished yet. But I'm at where I'm at with it. So you know what I'm saying? I'm thankful for just being able to have a mind frame to push through and like have people support system too. You know what I'm saying? I definitely have a great support system for everybody. Thank y'all.
Yeah. I think the entire community is with me when I say we're glad to see you doing so well. You know, I didn't know what to expect when I came over. I'm like, babe, make sure you're masked up. We want to make sure that we protect Joe, but you looking strong and healthy as ever.
Right on.
I know before even you got this diagnosis, you were making some health changes and advocating for people to do some things. Talk about some of those changes that you've made over the years in terms of your health and why those kind of changes are so important as it relates to colon cancer.
Well, I started like I know you probably referring to like the 30-minute walk era. So like, you know what I'm saying, started building up this 30-minute walk era with basically something that helps relieve stress. It helps you lose weight, and it's just healthy for you. Like, you know what I'm saying, like I know I'm an athlete, so I came from playing football, I came from stuff like that, but I went to like I'm a little older now, so I can't sit and run around the block no more. So, but I had to find a way to get out here somehow, some way. So I started. I seen this post like years ago about how 30-minute walks what they do for you. So I started doing 30-minute walks in my neighborhood too. I walk my neighborhood. I don't go far, but I'm walking my neighborhood, and I had to balance it out now where my chemo is every other week. So like the weeks of, I'm not able to do my walking really. I am, but I can't push it like that. So, and then my strong weeks, the week after that, I'm out here. You know what I'm saying? Cold, rain, sleet, all of it, I'm out here, but yeah.
I think that's really awesome to have those good habits. And then you, when you were diagnosed, you switched over to plant-based eating. How's that going for you?
Great. I feel good. I look good.
You do look good.
The plant-based world it's been a blessing, man. It's been an eye-opener. It's been something that it helped me think better. It helped me move better, and like it's been a dope little venture with it.
So with the colonoscopy, how old should a man be when he actually requests that from his doctor and start to look into that kind of information?
That's a great question. So like everybody think it's like they got a set in the book that we supposed to start at 50, but half of us only make it to see 50 in that area like that. But like really, as a man, like when you feel something ain't right, if you looking at stool, if you like, because right now it's not an age on it no more. It's people that even talking to the medical world that they're getting it that they finding more cases that people under 30 years old. You know what I'm saying? But they won't really pay for it till you're 50 if you got insurance. But like again, if you see signs, you know what I'm saying. If you feel that you don't something in your body's not going right.
What are some of the signs though you can see?
I mean, like I ain't gonna say you can see them. Like I didn't really feel signs. Well, my signs really came from like using the restroom part. So like I wasn't using the restroom like I did when I was in college and stuff like that. So like, but I was thinking like, really, I wasn't using the restroom like every day because I was getting older. Really, that was my mind frame.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the whole time it really wasn't right.
Were you weak? Were you tired?
Nah. Actually, I was out here. I was still walking. I was everything. Like I stopped eating red meat though. I had stopped eating red meat probably about 5-6 years ago because like I say, listen to my body. It wasn't breaking down in my body. People like they don't understand like how that sits in your body. You know what I'm saying? And like it stays in your body for a while. You know what I'm saying? And then people will think that it's funny. Like you might think like funny, like they might break wind or something. They might be like, "Ooh, that stink," but like really that's something that's in your body living all dead. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, and not saying that you got to run out there and like be extra healthy with it, but like it's sometimes we got to look more into what's going on.
So what I hear you saying is like we need to eat better. And we need to listen to our bodies. We need to pay attention to all the things that we usually think are silly and funny. Maybe that we don't want to talk about, like our stools, how we pass gas. But those are things and conversations we must have with healthcare professionals in order to take care of ourselves.
Yeah, we got to. We got to open up a little more.
You know, your mom taught me, she's one of my favorite people in Nashville, by the way.
That's what's up.
But she taught me how cancer can be a silent killer.
Amen.
And that it is constantly affecting, particularly people of color, from breast cancer to ovarian cancer to colon cancer. And one thing you do really well is share all of your journeys. We followed you with your barbershop in Charlotte. We've seen you develop these comedy shows, and now we're seeing you sort of go through this journey. How can our community support you?
I'm looking for all platforms. I'm looking to really get this word out, awareness, colonoscopy test awareness about you don't have to wait till you're 50. You know what I'm saying? Like people, like I don't have insurance, so I had to go through the process of finding some way to get somebody to pay for what I'm going through.
How did that work?
So this like being like a community activist and stuff like that, I watched my mama do a couple of different things, and she actually started to help build a program that was called Project Access. And it was to help people without insurance, like in the healthcare world.
Right.
So I was able to reach out and put some different like calls in, different like that, and I got some help. Thankfully, you know what I'm saying. There's somebody to help me pay for this colonoscopy test, like you know what I'm saying. Because like if I wouldn't have got it, I don't know how long
So we actually have your mom as like a community health navigator, and we have done a community resource show on her. So I would say if you're in this community and you feel like you need some help navigating those resources, we can actually, reach out to your mom at hersinc.org, and she can kind of help you begin to look for the resources you need for your health care, because she's really great at that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So what do you got to say to the men in this community?
Hey, we got to trust the medical world system a little better, a little more nowadays. Like, I ain't saying you got to run out there and just do things, but like, it's time to open up. Like, not open up, but like this more or less like
open up.
Open up, and like go get tested. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can feel great on the outside of our body, working out, doing this, living all this stuff like that, but like, you never know what's going on in the inside of your body. And like, without that test, like, how can you know what's going on inside your body? And early screening saves lives.
Where do people go to get tested?
We in Asheville, North Carolina, so like Winch's WC Community Health Services is like somewhere that you can actually go, and if you don't have insurance, you can go there, and it's like you can go through these steps to get a colonoscopy test paid for if you don't have insurance.
Awesome. So we've had Winches on the show as a community resource, so we can link them to your interview as well, just to make sure that our community is informed. I'm curious how you have kids and significant other people in your lives. How have they been able to deal with this process and support you?
Well, no. First of all, I'm a single man, so I don't have none of that going on.
I just meant other significant people. I'm not trying to mess up your spot.
Nah, it's all okay. But I got friends and family been definitely helpful. They've been they rock with me on my eating journey. Not saying they contributed all the way over or turned all the way over like I'd have, but they have took steps to cut some of the stuff out of their diets and look more deep into it and like understand it a little more too. And then as of my kids, like they eat with me, you know what I'm saying? So like, you know, I'm plant-based now, so I don't eat fish, I don't eat chicken, I don't eat red meat, none of that stuff like that. So I'm plants and fruits, basically, you know what I'm saying? So like they rock with me. Not all the time. Sometimes I gotta slide it in on them. But you know, I still, but I don't try to just make them change over either though. I still like they know they choose they want to eat chicken and stuff like that. I'm still gonna, you know, like I can't force it on them. But yeah, other than that though, everybody else been rocking with me.
So I know now that you're ready to go out in community, you're ready to talk to other men in our community, and you want people to reach out to you. How best can they reach out to you and stay in contact with you and follow you on this journey?
Yeah, well, you know, of course, the Facebook and all that stuff is just a big platform right now. Social media, period. My inbox got plenty of people's messages in their journeys, or people that's going through this too, but not comfortable with sharing it with the world. You know what I'm saying? Different things like that. So like inbox me, or you can kjgent81@gmail.com is my email address. Like, it's just different ways you can get in touch with me. I ain't hard to find. Yeah, I ain't hard to find.
Well, we'll definitely make sure we link your contact information to the video.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's been great talking to you. I'm so happy to see you. I'm so excited to learn more about your journey and to watch you show up in community and really talk about this very important issue that's affected your family in many ways.
Yeah.
I think it's just a super important story, and I look forward to learning more, and we're always here to support you.
Well, thank you. Yeah. Appreciate it.
Thank you for watching the Asheville View.
Be sure to visit us online at theavlview.com, all right? You can also go to Facebook, The Asheville View, and check us out there as well. We thank you so much for all your love and support.